when I think about Star Wars, I always think about the number of episodes because it really, it's a testament to the true saga aspect of it. It's how epic the storyline is and how much there is to tell and how many parts of the world to show and what that adds texture-wise to the overall story and to the characters. And I'm curious for you, when you saw Rogue One, how much of the connective tissue did you see, or did you feel like it was a different Star Wars film?
I mean, both. I mean, because like it was very connected. By the end of it, you see like Princess Leia, and you see him hand off the chip or the information, which leads you to destroying the Death Star in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Without that, I mean, that movie directly gives you that, because like the whole time you're thinking too, you're like, how did this actually happen?
Right.
And it was a story. I mean, it was a story that could have easily been forgotten about, could have easily been skipped over. I mean,
Right.
They didn't necessarily need to make it. But then again, they changed it from making that big, iconic, here's a big universe, to a smaller film, a heist film really, where they're like, we need to rob this, let's get a crew together, let's pull an Ocean's 11 basically, and get these plans and save the universe. And so like in the way they told the story, I felt it was very different. You still have that hero who doesn't necessarily believe themselves to be a hero, that ends up becoming the greatest hero of all time, even though...
Yeah, she really doesn't view herself as a hero.
Never. Not all the way up until, like, even like when she has that quote where she's telling everybody, you know, like, you just need one, what was it, like, we need just one person, all you need is hope. There it goes, that was her line, where it's like, all you need is hope. Like, even then, like, she wasn't really a hero yet. She was trying to inspire not only the group around her, but herself to get to that role to save everybody, basically.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. That was incredible. And like, and you got snippets of like Luke Skywalker in her. You got snippets of what's it called? Like in all the other individuals which are helping her fight off the other crew of helpers and fighters and whatnot.
Yeah.
You have the warrior monk. You have the quiet, you know, like badass who helps the warrior. I mean, again, there's just so much going on to it. But as a film though, as opposed to have these big epic where you're just like, oh my god, I feel for these characters. You know they're all going to die. You know no one's going to survive. And maybe I think that takes away a little bit from it.
Yeah.
But then in the film itself, they do give you that simple little beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
You know it has to end. You know there's no other way around it.
Right.
And in the beginning of it too, it's like, you know, you have to do this. Let's do this. And then they kind of get caught up to the fact where they start believing in what they're doing and try to actually save everybody, basically.
Yeah. And the insane part is too that they die not knowing for sure that what they've done is going to actually like they don't know.
Yeah, they don't even know if it even gets off the planet, let
alone that's
like,
right.
to save anybody. Like,
they die basically without that concrete proof that what they've done is worth it, and it's like, how do you live with that?
Exactly.
I mean they don't, but it's like,
but even like they have like a piece at the end, and like, I mean, it's like such an iconic death too. I mean, like, it just blows up the whole. I mean, like laser boom, everything's going slow motion. They hold, and you're just like, oh my gosh, how's this happening? But they find peace in themselves, and again, that's what makes them, I think, so incredible of characters.
Yeah,
it's that. You know, like you believe in what they're doing. You know, like you yourself as a viewer know that the plans are going to get off this planet and it's going to end up helping everybody.
But they don't know.
But they don't, and they don't, and they never get discouraged. They never get lost in it. They never like just give up. I mean, there's so many times, especially near the end, where it's like you can just easily just give up, just walk away. Easily. I mean, because what is the point of this? You're being shot by a million lasers. Just stay behind a little thing, wait to get help, and maybe get out or something like that. Yeah. But I think that's what makes it so iconic. I think that's what makes it so beautiful. I think that's what makes it a Star Wars film. Yeah. It's that there is this idea of hope, and that's all you really need in this world.
Well, that moment on the beach between the two characters,
oh my God.
It's like I can sense that they just know it's going to be okay. Yeah. Even though they're like, we're going to die.
Yeah. And that might play into, again, like the lore of, you know, the Force, you know, where even though they are not, you know, wielding lightsabers and flying around and everything like that, but they can almost have a connection to the universe around them, that they feel more than we ever really understand in real life, or something like that, maybe. But, yeah. It's madness, though. It's absolutely. And
It's madness, but it's amazing.
it is, absolutely. And it also proves the point that Star Wars doesn't have to just be about lightsabers or about big epic battles and spaceships, even though they did have a couple of those too. I mean, it can just be a story of these people just living their lives, very similar to our own lives, but at the same time in a far, far away galaxy, and who knows what time frame and whatnot. And
Exactly.
it's incredible. Yeah, and actually in all of Star Wars, I mean, that's kind of it. It's that even though it is sci-fi, even though it is aliens and lightsabers and explosions and spaceships, that they're very real people, things in which we can always relate to. We, don't get confused when it's like this little boy wants to go off and save the universe, or that this dad is evil, but he's not at the same time. He's still very much the human he used to be.
Right.
Or like this, where you are, people that would, technically scum of the universe, or people that have been arrested or thrown away, outcast, becoming something more. Because I think we all feel that to some extent. And I think that's what makes Star Wars, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, imagine if Rogue One had been the first Star Wars movie released in 1977. One of many knee-jerk thoughts I have is that it would not look this good. Rogue One had a pretty hefty budget. That's pretty crazy, considering that Star Wars began with a budget of $11 million. Gareth Edwards, our filmmaker, began with $500,000. And that's great, because low-budget filmmaking inspires creativity. But with a lot of money, you can truly make your vision come alive. Now, respectfully, I own Godzilla. Now, this movie inspired Kathleen Kennedy to hire Gareth Edwards. Now, the story came from John Knoll. This guy is a visual effects wizard at ILM. Ironically, the first Star Wars movie inspired his career choice, which is very cool. Knoll referred to the opening scroll in A New Hope, and the rest basically fell into place. A story about legacy emerged. Our hero, Jyn, is a role model for this generation. Her fight is very personal. She seeks to honor her father, the designer of the Death Star, a planet killer. He's not proud of it. He wants it destroyed, and he wants Jyn to make sure it is. So Jyn, being her awesome self, inspires these guys to help her with this mission. I think they know it's a suicide mission, and that's why I admire them, because they're fighting for what's right, no matter the cost. Many lives are put in danger, and people who I care about, they died. And yeah, I cried. But before my sorrow, I enjoyed the dry humor of K2SO.
Did you know that wasn't me?
This robot man, good lord. He is played by one of my man crushes. Alan Tudyk is new to Star Wars, but androids are a staple in the saga. And for me, K2SO is a reminder that many types of relationships have shaped the saga. My favorite being Anakin and his mother. When you're close to your mom, yeah, it's a thing. In this movie, I love that our lead characters don't spark a romantic relationship, because they don't need to. What they do instead is form a pure partnership, and one based on mutual respect. That is the kind of bond I emotionally connect to. This movie shows us, just like The Avengers and Lord of the Rings does, that anyone can be a hero. Just be on the right side of the shadow. Now, every previous film collectively casts a shadow. The question posed is, how do you reinvigorate the saga? Make a new kind of movie. But don't drop the role models. They are essential. My role model is Chirrut. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I love that line. I also adore Good Luck, Little Sister. It's small, but it's emotional, and this moment that gives Jyn a smile. And I love that smile. Now, my favorite scene. This is without question. It is so well done. Chirrut's fight with the stormtroopers. I do wish we got it in one shot with no cuts, but the editing, the sound design. Dude, it's a thing of beauty. Oh, and speaking of, okay, watch for this transition. It's just, oh, it's beautiful. Dude, I saw that in IMAX, and it gave me goosebumps. Ooh, and that's a good transition for the score. Now, with Star Wars, all hail John Williams. Yes, and our new composer, this guy deserves kudos. This guy has now done both Star Trek and Star Wars, and done both justice. Personally, I want to see what this guy can do for Batman. And it's the same thing. Support the story. Balance light and dark. Now, personal thought. There's darkness and the dark side. Cut to clip.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
Orson Krennic. Man, this guy wants to be Darth Vader like nothing else. He wants to be feared. He wants to cast this giant metaphorical shadow. And of course, he wants to be respected for his ability to command death. Personally, I see his Death Star presentation as his graduation. Now you see me. Now you see what I can do. Now I'm Darth Vader. Except not at all. I mean, let's be honest. Only one empire respects this guy. Truthfully, I do admire his ambition. However, my respect belongs to a family. Now, there's two things that bug me. Okay, right after the opening, the story cuts 15 years later to a grown-up Jin. That's a lot of time. Dude, I feel left out. How did she become this awesome person? What makes it worse is the scene where Saw Gerrera talks about raising her. Oh dear God, no. Guys, that's telling us, not showing us. That's cinematic storytelling fundamentals. Just like writing characters with depth. I like what I see in these people. They've got spunk, they've got drive to make a change. But who are they? What are their individual stories? This film never takes that dive, and it's a real shame because these characters, there is so much to explore, so much. Now, that said, I like this movie, and I own it because it's empowering, and that's what I respect about it. Thank you for watching. Batman out.